Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Today, I'm going to show you how to prepare a brand new bait caster. It'll reduce backlash and it'll help you from fighting all that backlash on the water. I know I've struggled a bunch and it sucks. This is what I do to all my brand new bait casters and it definitely helps.
So now I got my bait caster out of the box and I've attached it to my rod. I will go ahead and take whatever line that I'm going to use and I will loop it through this eyelet first and put it back down and attach it to my reel. So, pro tip on this to keep it from bunching up on you and things as you're winding it, I'll go ahead and grab a hold of the line firmly, grab a hold of the rod here, and then just let it do its thing. And sometimes you'll have your stuff fall on the ground. That's okay. Just make sure you keep tension on the line so you get a nice, good line tension on it and you don't end up getting any types of twist in your line. And if you do get twists in your line, what you'll do, you'll push this, you'll pull your line twist out, and then you'll get back to cranking and making sure that you're grabbing a hold of that line firmly to keep from any type of line twists and knots and things. You also don't want to nick your line any, because that can cause you some issues later on. And you'll have to look at your box too to see exactly how much line that you need to put on your that your thing can take. But see, if you see here, I got a little bit of a line twist in. I'll just pull that out, and once that twist is no longer there, like I said before, you just keep on going. So here is the part that is going to really help you reduce backlash and stuff on the water. So a lot of bait casters, well, every good bait caster is going to have this knob on the side. So this knob on the side is going to, you put it towards the plus, it'll increase tension. You put it down towards the minus, it'll decrease. So a lot of them will come out of the box at this little medium level here. So whether you're new to bait casters or not, what I'll typically do, out of the box, I'll crank it all the way to the plus. And on this side of it, I'll go ahead and move the dial until just it's a little bit tight. And then when I pull this, it makes it just a little bit harder. So when you do this, it's not starting the backlash and the spool's not moving too fast. So I'll show you what to do next with whatever bait that you're gonna use to where it'll help reduce backlash on the water, and then you can tune it in once you get on the water.
Once you get your bait on your rod, now we're going to adjust it for whatever bait that you're using. So if you're not familiar with the bait caster, you'll use the smaller knob for this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit the button and let your bait start to fall. And then what you're going to do is you're going to adjust a few clicks, add a little bit of tension, or release it until your bait, when you first release it, just barely starts to fall. Once you get it to that point, because that'll help, because every manufacturer is different on how they have this set. Like I've had them that are wide open before messing with anything, and I've tried to do this, and I've had my bait slam on the floor and then end up with backlash, and it ends up being really frustrating. So some of the people that are watching this that are a little bit more experienced may be like, it's a little overkill. But if you are absolutely brand new to this, this is the best way to do it so you don't end up with a mess on your hands. So once you get it to this point, to get it to where you can cast it and get a little bit of distance, you'll reel it back up until your bait is up on the tip of your rod, like so. And then you'll hit it, and as it starts, loosen it up a little bit, and as it starts to fall, and sometimes you'll have to shake it a little bit, you keep it until when you hit the ground, it ends up being, your reel ends up stopping. So what I'm doing now is I let it a little bit loose, so you have to let that slack out and back, but you let it drop, and as soon as it touches the ground and your reel stops, that's a good place to have it until you can get out on the water. Once you get out on the water, you can cast, and if you want to cast a little bit, just loosen it up, just little tiny clicks. And sometimes I'll even take, depending on the reel that I'm using, I'll even take the big knob down towards the minus, like 1 or 2 clicks, and it'll help you get a little bit of distance. But this is definitely going to reduce a lot of the backlash that you're going to end up seeing, because bait casting can be very, very frustrating. But anyway, that's the tips that I have for you, and I'll see you next time.